Getting my next drink unwrapped so it doesn't make a bunch of noise.
All right. Well, we were rolling. We got a bunch of topics today, people. We do have some motorcycle topics, but there's also a couple other topics that we want to talk about. So we're going to kind of talk fast, and I'm going to ask you to bear with me because I'm a little bit of a brain frog. Brain
frog?
Fog. I took some medication last night to help me sleep, and it worked a little too well.
So what he's saying is it's already going to be confusing, and he's going to make it worse.
I know. I'm sorry. But we're going to let Patrick talk first because he's a little more awake.
Well, and the topic I want to talk about is something that, I don't know, is probably a little bit more interesting to me and you, maybe not all listeners, but here in the last couple of days, it'll probably be a week or so by the time you guys hear this, Harley Davidson has announced that they're going to send some of their production to Thailand away from the workers in Wisconsin.
Well, here's a question for you. Have they already sent some to Mexico?
That I'm not sure. This is a totally different subject than the Mexico thing. That the issue that they're having is nobody is believing what they're saying because their statement said it's going to be for the 2024 model year only.
Okay, this is a quick Google search, so don't hang me out to dry if this is bullshit because we all know Google just takes information from other websites. They don't check anything. Harley Davidson motorcycles are manufactured in several different locations around the world, including the United States, Brazil, and Thailand.
Yeah. So apparently some of the stuff that's in Wisconsin now they're wanting to send to Thailand, but they're saying only for the 2024 model year. So this might be something a little old. I just seen it today.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, there's a lot of people that are losing their mind because I seen like a clip of a newscast that was in my things to watch on YouTube that talked about this. So if this is an older subject, maybe I'm just getting information late, but it looked to be something new. But because the guy on the bike that they were talking to was on a new Street Glide.
Yeah.
So I thought it was brand new stuff. Maybe it is a little old, whatever. But still, I guess the biggest problem they're having is these people that live in and around whatever the little town is where Harley Davidson is do not believe it's only going to be for 1 year.
Oh, they're saying it's temporary.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people are wigging out, wanting to know if this is a true statement from the company, if this is a bunch of BS just to get their point across. Sorry about
like
that little
Coke,
there.
Coke Classic.
Yeah. Like if it's just some ploy to get the stuff out of the country and not bring it back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That seems to be the big to-do, not that they want to try and save a little bit of money because they're having some financial issues. They're more worried that it's a permanent thing instead of a temporary thing to get things back in line. There's a date on that one?
This is August 17th.
Okay.
And this is from, oh my gosh, sorry, my foot, NewYorkPost.com. Harley Davidson CEO compares himself to Taliban in a resurfaced speech as brand is accused of going woke. That's just a headline. I'm not going to read the article.
Oh, that's a little bit, sounds like a little different subject matter, but yeah.
Well, I'm just pointing out that Harley's is in the crosshairs right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Because their demographic is different than, say, Ford, which is sold all over the world.
Absolutely.
You know, which I'm not saying Harley's not sold all over the world. I'm just saying Harley is a uniquely American freedom type
Absolutely. It
has
has been their slogan for how many years?
Yeah. So now, for those of you who know me, I don't ride Harleys. That doesn't mean I won't ride one. If you want to give me a Harley, I'd probably take one. But I think they're overpriced. So I work hard for my money. So I buy bikes that have a more higher reliability.
More bang for the buck, so to
Right.
speak.
Sorry, again, I'm not really awake. So therefore, whatever Harley does really doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form. But it does affect riders, and I like being associated with motorcycle riders. So much so that we're going to do, weather permitting, we're going to be doing a poker run tomorrow.
Yes, if it does not rain like they're saying it's going to rain, we will.
And even then, even if it does rain, I may still convince the wife to do it in a car.
Well, I kind of thought about that. I don't know if we would do that or not. She would probably do that.
If you could come over here, we could go together probably, because I want to hand out some
coasters.
Yeah, some Gripe cards.
Some coasters?
Have you seen the new shirt, by the way?
The new shirt?
Yes.
Is that the one I bought, or is it the
No,
new shirt?
you bought the one from the parade. We made a Geneva on the Lake shirt, and I'm pretty proud of it.
No, I think you had a Facebook post of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud
I've
of
seen
it.
that.
If you guys want to support the Gripe and or motorcycling, we made a T-shirt that talks about the Geneva on the Lake 2024, and I'm pretty proud of it.
Thunder on the Strip, I believe it's called.
Yes. Okay. So anything else on Harleys?
No, I kind of wanted to touch on that since it was kind of something that came up.
When it comes to Harleys, would you rather have a specific year or just a new one?
I don't know if I'd want a new one. Like my bike's an 05, and if I could buy, what I really want is a Road King.
Yeah. But is there like a specific year? Your favorite design?
Not really. And the only other thing that I have, and this is just a preference issue, is I really want a Road King just because I love the cruiser look. But at the same time, now I don't ride alone. I ride with Chris.
Right. So makes a big difference.
Yeah, so she's okay and she's comfortable on the back of the C50, so I think she would probably be comfortable on the back of a Road King. But at the same time, if I bought an Electric Glide Ultra Classic, we could go anywhere we wanted, anytime we wanted, and she would just sit back there and be as comfortable as she was sitting on their couch over there when she's usually here.
Like when my wife starts falling asleep. Yeah.
Well, that's not good. You don't want to do that when you're in the back of a motorcycle. I'm just saying.
But she's so comfortable back there. We'll stop somewhere, and I almost fell asleep, and my heart starts pounding. I don't know how I could grab, from...
Yeah, dude, listen, if she starts going down, no offense, don't try and grab her because then you're going down too. Just, sorry, honey, you're falling off.
So
we're not both going to die.
Yeah, you don't...
We have a child. Well, she's not really a child anymore, but yes, we have a kid.
We have puppies.
Yeah, and you have a kid. I just heard her speaking a minute ago.
Yes.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Hey, can I ask one question about the Harley thing just because I'm
Absolutely.
curious?
Sure.
You said they were produced in how many countries?
Built.
Brazil?
Built.
Right.
Yes.
How long has that been going on?
Let's find out.
Did it say that on that one? I didn't know if it's...
I only asked because if they're making a big deal now about some of the parts probably from Wisconsin are going to Taiwan,
I don't know.
That article said they've been building or making some in Brazil and Taiwan.
I think they're assembling the ones that are overseas that way. I don't think they're building the parts and components there.
Doing whatever they're doing.
Usually it's assembly.
Yeah, they send all the parts and put the bike together instead of sending a whole bike over the...
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But I think what it is now is they're going to assemble the engines and make the parts and stuff somewhere else. Or I don't know what the part is, but I think that's where and like I said, the issue at this point, from what I gathered from everything I heard that people talking about, wasn't that they were going to do it because they understand that there's a financial thing going on and they're trying to do something to help the company. They're concerned that it's not a temporary...
Right.
Here's an article talking about Harley Davidsons are classic Americana with foreign-sourced parts in 2018.
Yeah.
Well, foreign source parts tells me the parts are made...
Yeah, and assembled here,
Yeah.
Now, that's actually... Don't get too caught up in that because even American cars...
Are the same way.
Don't have any parts made in America.
No,
I mean, they just don't.
I'm only
Chevy,
asking.
Ford has parts made from all over the world. It's
Right.
just, that's just how it's done nowadays. You can complain all you want, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's why when an airbag goes down, it affects every single car brand on the planet because they all buy their airbags from China.
No, our company did that several years ago. They wanted to save money, so they outsourced a bunch of these parts to Mexico that we used to do $10,000 a month.
Right.
And they don't like the quality they're getting, so now they're
Wanting to bring it
struggling and wanting us to all of a sudden take all these hundreds of thousands of parts back on. So
Nice.
That's good for you guys to a degree.
yeah, no, I'm just saying. So
I always say it's better to have too much
to the
business.
people
is not
at
enough.
Harley in Wisconsin, don't worry because it may be a few years, but they'll find out they don't like the quality and they'll come back and beg you, and then you price it.
Here's the only downside to
Right.
that. Sometimes if the quality goes down enough, people leave the brand and it
Right.
can't recover.
And they don't come back.
Well,
And Harley already has a very sketchy past when it comes to reliability and just quality. Go ahead.
Well, hopefully they have a good quality department because when our parts would come in we get some parts made out overseas and
Right.
they come in and we usually have to fix them, tweak them up a little bit. So
Okay. Well, on that note,
they're
there's something else that happened this week that's would probably completely unrelated to anything you guys know. But I'm an archery guy. I like archery. I like shooting bows, whatnot. There's a company called Matthews. It's one of the most expensive bows that they sell. I'm sorry, I did not mean to bump your foot. Anyway, so they come out with a new bow every year. Mm-hmm. The one that they came out with, I believe, was last year, or year before. they started having problems with what's called the limb of the bow. Well, their warranty is a lifetime warranty if you bought the bow new. If you buy it from somebody at secondhand, there is no warranty. Okay? Well, since they're having problems with this one particular part on this one particular bow, the owner that owns Matthews, his last name's McPherson, put out a statement that that particular bow, that particular part, no matter if it's yours or somebody else's, it's a second-hand, third-hand, whatever, they're going to hold that part lifetime warranty no matter what. And I'm like, okay, at least they're standing behind their product. It's probably going to cost them a freaking ridiculous amount of money, but at least they're standing behind their products. And that's why people buy. And again, this is another thing that's made in America by Americans. So that's another reason that a lot of people buy this particular bow, even though it's more expensive. And they have their research and development is way, way far superior than most of the other bows. Like all the cool stuff like that all the bows are doing now is stuff that they invented 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 years ago that the trademark has worn off and now everybody else does it. So that's the other reason people put money into these particular bows. I think they're great. I love mine, but I just think it's kind of cool that they're standing behind their product. They have an issue and they're going to fix it no matter what.
I can't seem to find anything that gives me a timeline as when they started having foreign countries put their bikes together. It just seems to talk about where, not exactly when. So,
well, that's fine. Putting them together is different.
Yeah,
than
and I just think it's
manufacturing pieces.
Yeah, but I think the
Yeah.
manufacturing hasn't been in America probably since the 90s.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, they put the bike, they put the engines and things and all that kind of stuff. They probably don't get the piston and the ring and stuff from an American company, but all that stuff is put together and
Right.
The engine's built, the transmission's built, that kind of thing is still all built here. So, I mean,
well, look at Japanese. Most of the bikes sold in this area were assembled in Marysville, Ohio.
Yeah.
I know our bike was assembled in Marysville. So, I mean, it's Honda, and the money does go back to Japan, but
Well, Honda
they're
actually-
employing Americans to put them together.
Right. Honda has a lot of people employed in the United States.
Yes.
As far as factories go, like most of those foreign companies, it's all sales and whatnot. But no, I mean, Honda is pretty big. Toyota has a couple, don't they?
Yeah,
they're
at
not
least.
quite as big as
Well,
Honda.
it's so
but-
much cheaper to ship parts than in a full vehicle.
Right, and I think that's why they assemble motorcycles in Taiwan and Brazil and all that kind of stuff. Just because it's cheaper to get it there and then put it together than it is to put it together and then get it there.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's interesting. We're going to have to stay on top of that. We're going to have to keep.
Yeah, kind of watch that. I thought it was an interesting dialogue. But like I said, the thing that I watched was like a little news article, and they talked to a couple people that were riding in town, and then they talked to a guy that owns one of the bars in the little town wherever Harley is at in Wisconsin, and he said all he's heard is everybody's leaving the brand if it happens.
Wow.
So
That's my fear. I mean, I don't particularly care for Harleys, but a lot of people do.
well, the other thing
I don't want them to lose their brand,
Yeah.
and I don't want Japanese bikes to start sounding like Harleys.
Well, the other thing you got to remember too is where they did this particular interview and talked to these people. They're going to have a way higher percentage of people that are going to be cut and dried. There's no gray area than people that live in, say, California or New Mexico, because that's where they're actually built. They have friends that work there. They might work there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can't use that as a demographic of what's going to happen across the country.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Fun stuff.
Don't you wish you had a warehouse just full of motorcycles?
Well,
Like cars is one thing. You would have to be Jay Leno to have a warehouse full of cars.
See, now listen.
Motorcycles just seems more accessible.
On the way here, I bought myself a Mega Man's ticket. It's $400-some million. If I hit that, you never know. There might be a warehouse full of motorcycles.
Oh, there's plenty of
Owned by
warehouses.
Somebody you know.
There's a huge warehouse right next to where I work that I'd love to have. It's got weeds growing up all over it.
Is that the one there on the corner where you get off the highway?
No.
Because that's the old Central transport lot. Oh my God! I got a buddy that used to work there, and the rumor is now that Central is going to lease the one they have now in North Canton and go back to that one. And we're both just laughing because he's like, "Dude, there's a friggin' tree growing through the fucking dock coming out of the roof," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're gonna just go ahead and open that place back up."
Yeah. The company I work for is building a brand new building for the other dealership, and it's going to be huge.
Nice.
And they just started breaking ground, and then yet they're like, we're not doing good. Well, you're still paying for a multi-million-dollar building. Then, anyways, but I'm not a businessman. Their money, they can do what they want with it. But so, are we good on that topic?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's just something that I found was kind of interesting.
Let us know in the topics what you think.
Yeah.
My God, please let us know anything.
Yeah.
We did have one comment. I'm not going to out him because the last time I did that, I got yelled at. But you can go on YouTube and check him out. He talked about what we talked about, the incarnation.
Who is that?
I don't know who it is. Oh, I'm not going to tell you who he is.
No, I mean, bring it up so I can see if I know who it is. It might be
Okay.
somebody that I know.
I got the vibe that he was just watching our content, which is great. Come on, YouTube. Let's go. Get it going here.
History. That's so nice that you can look at your history on YouTube to find stuff that you used to watch instead of searching for it.
Oh, my God. Holy crap.
Wow.
His face just exploded.
Well, not my whole face.
No, it's the incarnation, this one. All right. So, this is a long one. You want to read this? I don't particularly.
Go ahead, read, sir. I can't read from that far
I don't want to
away.
read it out loud because what if he gets mad?
What? But you're not outing him, so why would he be mad? How's the people
All right.
know who he
It
is?
says, yeah. Period. Metal doesn't exactly have the most inviting vocals. It's an acquired taste. I think it's funny that you mentioned like Killswitch Engage because they do some more actual singing than other metal bands. And then he goes on to talk about his personal preferences and things like that. And then he talked about I never helped the 40-year-old crowd surf, but I did help the dude that weighed probably 200 and 300 pounds. That'd be like me.
Yeah, I think he came over us too. It was not pretty.
Yeah, but anyways, I did like his comment. I really enjoy. Anyways.
Give it a little heart.
Yeah, I very, very greatly appreciate you commenting. We're so desperate for comments. Any comments, good, bad, whatever.
Right. Well, and that's just the thing. Like, there's a lot of people that I shouldn't say a lot, but I mean, the number of people that actually watch the YouTube videos, we get almost no comments.
Yeah,
which is kind of weird. If you look at other people's, that somebody's at least mad about something.
yeah, and then we just get ghosted.
Yeah. Oh, here you want to hear another great story about somebody getting mad about something stupid?
What's that?
So Alliance, which is a town that's just one town over from where I grew up. It's actually two towns from where he grew up. But anyway, they put a thing up. Hey, if you're the world's greatest dad and work at Mac Trailer, you lost your keys at yada yada crime scene. They held up this set of keys with the Mac Trailer badge and So I made a comment, being the smart ass self that I am. How could somebody be the world's greatest dad when they're hauling their kids around in a Ford? Dude, the Karens came out of the woodwork to attack me, and I'm like,
Well, you deserve it.
it's a joke, Howdy. A joke. I told the one girl, I said, take a stress tab and go on about your day. And everybody else is like, dude, it's a joke. You two girls need to just calm your tits.
Okay, I'm going to ask you.
Oh, wait a minute. He's
Are you pointing
pointing.
at me?
Yes.
Okay.
Her or the dog? Which one?
I'm going to ask you, what do you think is a better topic, the rose red thing or the parrot head thing?
Rose red.
You just don't want to talk.
Oh, no.
Okay,
Well,
so-
I don't know. You didn't tell me what you wanted to talk about the parrot head thing.
All right, so there's this topic. I wasn't going to talk about it because it's kind of like my pet peeve thing, but it's not really a pet peeve. I need information, so let's find out when there is a miniseries written by Stephen King. Sorry, I'm typing.
Type.
Rose red.
Enter.
All right, so this came out, and of course the information isn't here, in 2002. So in 2002, this miniseries came out on TV. It's called Rose Red. It's about a haunted house, and it's kind of like the Winchester house, where the wife was just building. So it's kind of geared towards that. And there's I've seen the series. I like the series. The acting isn't great, but it's a decent movie, even though it's like 6 hours long.
What's a miniseries, not a movie?
Right.
So it should be 6 hours long.
Yeah, but it's just a really long movie. By the time you get it on DVD, it doesn't stop. So
Yeah.
there is a scene in the middle of it where the psychics all come together and they go out to have a drink, and they're in a bar, and in the background is some songs playing. First song, and it's very Stephen King like. The very first song is blues. Then there's the second song that's more melodic blues. Think of like Sheryl Crow.
It's more of a folky type.
Yeah. And then the third song is another blues, more upbeat,
But more upbeat kind of thing, yeah.
blues song. And I do have the names of the first and the last song. However, and you can look this up on YouTube anytime you want. Just type in Rose Red Barsing, and the comments will absolutely floor you because I'm about to talk about it. So there's this song in the middle, and it's a great song from what I heard. I only heard a small bit of it because it's in this.
It's only, about a minute and a half here?
Yeah.
Maybe?
And it's a great song, and I absolutely love it, and I'd love to have it and listen to it. And so would a million other people.
But nobody knows what the hell
Nobody
it is.
knows anything. Now, keep in mind, this day and age, right? The miniseries has been out since 2002. They've never talked about it anywhere or the information be out there. No one knows the name of the artist. No one knows the name of the song. No one knows where to find it. And the only thing that I have found, because I have been in love with this song since I seen this series, I think in 2005 or something like that, around 2010, I started really looking for it. Because at that time I had the studio and my computer, and I really started digging in. And then years later, Shazam comes along, and I'm thinking, yay. Nope, Shazam couldn't find anything.
Still can't. We tried it again today.
So this has been going on for so long. So here is a video. I'm going to give you the YouTube title, Stephen King's Road Red OST/17 Extra at the Bar. That's the name of the video. And what they have done is they've taken this particular scene, run it through a processor, and removed all the talking from the actors. So the only thing you can hear is the music in the background. Now, it's really quiet because of the processing, but you can hear the songs. Now, this particular video has 3,000 views. It was published October 7th of 2014. Okay? This particular video. This is the video where it's just the music. So that gives you... This video is 9 years old.
And still nothing.
Right. So this particular video is over a decade old. Nobody has any answers, and I've been doing this since 2010. There are other videos that talk about this, but this is the only one where they've removed the voice.
Where they've washed the voices out, yeah.
Yes. All right, so it says 14 comments, and I'm going to try to start with the oldest one. Maybe not, because that's a year old. Okay, here's a comment. That's 8 years old. It says, "Hello, do you know what's the name of the song that starts at 1.6 minutes? That's where this song
starts, yeah."
And the first comment says, "This is the $1 million question." The second comment, "Do you know who's singing?" And the third one says, "Eva Crepes, Katie Parson have been up for discussion still, yet it's still a mystery." So Eva Crepes?
Whoever she is.
Yeah, Katie Pearson, that's two people. It's still a mystery. Okay, that's what people are saying. Sheryl Crow, you might have more chance to find out. Poor me, didn't know. Whatever. And have to think what to do. Thanks for your answer. This is a ghost song, a song so haunting that nobody knows the name or the song or the singer.
Pretty wild.
And that was a year ago. And then up to 5 months ago is a bunch of, this translates to English. It's in Spanish.
I have a thought.
Doesn't even appear in any credits. Maybe it'll appear in the first DVD. No, doesn't appear in any DVD credits. What?
Email Stephen King and ask him.
I tried.
Oh.
I've also emailed, I've watched, because it's in 2 other series. I'm going to try to find a video where the guy gives a lot of information on other series that the song has been in. And I've tried looking at the credits on every single one of those to find out a song director. I found out someone who is in charge of music on one of them, and I emailed them and got nothing back. I've been searching and searching. For the life of me, I can not find out the singer of the song. So this is a serious thing. It's a lot of
Pretty
people,
wild.
and this is just one video. I'm going to do my best to try to find others because I don't know how much time we have. We're already burned a half hour.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you say there's 2 other series. Do you know the names of those series?
That's what I'm going to try to find.
Okay.
I don't have a screen. I have more information on the computer upstairs. Rose Red Bar Scene. And I'm going to put song in here. And then we'll come up with the Song of Life. What is this song from Rose Red Bar Scene? This is 11 years ago. This particular video was put up. Now, I'm not going to let the video play. Shut the fuck up. Okay, here we go. So,
Okay, stop. Mute.
I can't. YouTube does what it wants to do, period. You're not allowed. Now, I have commented on this as well. I just see it. It's right there. So this was 6K. Was that
6,000.
6,900 views. 11 years ago, this was put up. And this is the actual bar scene, meaning it didn't have any processing done. Going to make a quick video. Okay, so here, 9 months ago, because I commented 4 months ago, I've been looking for this song for years. I finally gave up, but the musical arrangement is just dying for some lyrics. Beautiful arrangement. I think he's talking about the whole.
Yeah, the whole, like, 3 collaborated together.
Here we go. This one, 10 months ago, a child was conceived to that song playing in the background. 19 years later, his mother still can't find the name of it. This is serious, people. Okay, how is it possible that after all these years, no one still can't tell the name of the song? I've been waiting to have the song on my playlist for 10 plus years. Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty wild.
All right. Oh, my gosh, I'm doing this right now. I'm going to try to figure out the lyrics and Google them. I'm so frustrated. And I have done that, too.
Yeah, just like Google like what they're actually singing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Nothing,
Yep, because there is a guy who, once they removed the talking, you're able to hear the lyrics. And he typed the lyrics out. And we've all Googled it to try to find out. Still looking 10 days ago. I'm starting to realize I may never find the song. Shake my head. 4 years ago. I just wanted to say thanks for the millions for posting this. My heart burns. There too. Stay weird. Whatever. God, I can't read. This song is from a parallel universe. No traces ever found in our universe. That was 5 months ago. 7 years ago. For anyone still looking, Sherry Whitfield appears to have been the music editor for this entire miniseries, and I have emailed that woman. I've been trying to find a Twitter, Facebook account for her, but I'm guessing she's just too busy a lady to waste her time with social media crap. It might be worth tracking down an email address. IMDb Pro likely allows people to contact her. This is how far this has gotten.
Yeah.
People have tracked down the person in charge of the music just to find out the name of this. Someone could make money off this song. It doesn't matter how old it is if they just put it out. I would pay $1 or $2 for it. What's going on with his post? This is a different department. Just putting that there might be someone out there to find it and to catch it up with the song. I'm still convinced that it is in stock trace session band that may have created exactly for this purpose, especially since. So what he's saying is somebody wrote and recorded the song just to be put in a series somewhere.
Yeah, but still, it should say who
Yes.
it is.
Yes.
Like there's a song that I really really enjoy that used to be played on a internet radio station I listened to, and it took me forever to find it, and I finally found it. And the problem is the name of the song is also the name of a very popular country song. So to find it on any type of streaming music service, you have to have the whole information. You can't just put in the name of the song.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the same thing, and it was Drive was the name of the song. But it's actually an Audio Slave song.
All right, here we go. First song in Boston Baked Blues. Oh, here we go. This is the guy who found out the other 2 songs. So
Okay.
the first song in this scene is Boston Baked Blues, Between You and Me. That's the first song. The last song is from Todd, how you say that? Thywad?
Thywad? Yeah, whatever. We're not going to,
We
butchered your name, dude. Sorry.
What they say. So we found out the first and last song, but the middle song
nobody still knows.
everyone wants, and nobody knows it. So here you go. So Boston Baked Blues, Between You and Me, and then Todd, I'll just spell it, THIBUAD, What They Say. That's the name of the song, What They Say. So we've identified those 2 songs, but this middle song is a woman singing, and somebody up here says it's Melissa Etheridge for sure. I've checked every song.
Her.
And I have checked. I took that advice, and I've looked, and I have checked every.
I've been with girls that are huge Melissa Etheridge fans. How are you pronouncing it? Excuse me.
Etheridge.
Yes. That does not sound like her.
It does a little.
But
I'm
just
not
a
arguing with
tiny
you.
bit.
I'm
just
not
a
arguing
tiny
with
bit. That is not her.
It does sound like Sheryl Crow.
It does. Now that I would say it sounds more like Sheryl Crow than Melissa Etheridge.
Yes, I agree. But Still can't find anything because I have looked at every single song and I have dug into the Wikipedia trying to find.
Here we go. I got a question. Have you tried to do like a Wikipedia on Sheryl Crow and get her actual real name and then see if she recorded anything under her real name, and that might be that?
No, I didn't think about the real name, but I did do a search on features or any kind of side projects that she may have done.
Let's try
And
that.
this was like 10. This was almost 10 years ago.
We'll try that like maybe this week sometime when we get a little bit of extra time. See if you can figure out what Sheryl Crow's actual real name is, or somebody can comment what it is, and see if maybe under her real name it was something she did before she became famous and has a stage name.
Yeah. No, you could be right. Because she was already well established in the business before she came out as Sheryl Crow.
Yeah,
and actually, Sheryl Crow might be her real name.
Yeah, I don't know. We could call Kid Rock and ask him, but I don't have his phone number.
Well, you know what? He's accessible.
I'm sure he is, but I don't have his number.
And here's another thing: if you have like. There are some celebrities out there like Horny Mike that was on Counting Cars that if I send him a message on Instagram, he will reply. But this is out of his area. But if you know someone, like for example, there's another artist. He was in a band called UPO. The name is Sean. I can't remember because my brain doesn't work. I have emailed him before, and he wrote a song with UPO called I can't remember that either. Anyways,
brain fart.
Yeah. And I have talked to him back and forth back in the day with the Instagram. So these guys, they're famous and they're in the business, and some of them aren't so famous that they'll actually answer their own posts. So if you know someone who's in this kind of industry that you can talk to, ask them if, hey, can we figure out the name of this song? Here's one from 11 years ago. I've been trying to figure out the name of this song for a while as well. I don't know if this will help, but I also heard this song in a scene during a Lifetime movie. It was called Cyber Seduction, His Secret Life. It was during the scene where a young boy was on his computer while speaking to a girl. So that's two right there. So there's a Lifetime movie, and then there's another one in here, and I'm going to have to find it.
Okay,
so there we go. So the same song also appears in a Lifetime movie. It was called Cyber Seduction, His Secret Life, and that appears in that. And then
that's 2005, according to the Google search. That was out.
Yes. And then here's a comment from 8 years ago. I can't figure out the official name of the song either, but I really believe that this is Celine Dion. I don't think it's Celine Dion singing, because I remember that there was a commercial. In a commercial, Celine Dion, something have to do with her like album or something like that. That commercial was played. I'm not saying it wasn't Celine Dion. I'm just saying I don't think it was Celine Dion. The very first time Red Rose was ever premiered, I'm 100% positive it was Celine Dion. Well, he's positive. But they were talking about the commercial and doing this song, I remember. Okay. And then there's two replies. So let's see what the replies are. Plus Tyler Cartra. I've always thought it sounded like Bonnie Raitt. I thought it sounded like Bonnie Raitt too until I really started studying her voice, and I don't think it's Bonnie Raitt. And then we got Sounds Like Melissa Etheridge. That's another one from Melissa Etheridge. And then here's a comment from 9 years ago. Gosh damn it, I really badly want to know this as well. I've been searching for months on end, and the only thing I really know to listen to the part was speaking house. Oh, hold on. Plug in earphones. Watch a part scene. I know I'm butchering this. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read and it won't be okay. He's not really giving us any information. Been looking this for years with a friend. No luck at all. Someone knows. Dang it.
Here we go.
Again, we are talking about the bar scene at the beginning of Rose Red. Oh my goodness! I cannot find this. Is ridiculous.
Okay, so I have a question. Mm-hmm. Does anybody know, if you can find it, which episode of Cyber Seduction it was in? Because it looks like SoundCloud has the music from each particular episode. Episode 1, Cyber Seduction. So that tells me there's got to be a list for episode 2.
Open it up
3.
in a new tab and see, and just fire it up and see what it sounds like. Because I've tried SoundCloud too, as well, but I didn't have much to go on.
Well, see, this is going to play. We can't. Hang on. I got to get rid of this. It's going to play music. We're going to get yelled at. Okay, sorry. We'll have to do that later. But I'm wondering if, like I said, it looks like this. That SoundCloud has the music listed by episode. I don't know if it has name, because like I said, I can't open it or start playing it, and then we'll end up playing something and getting striked by YouTube. But
here's something real quick. Hold that thought. Here's a comment. 9 years ago, we are. Oh my gosh, There we are. I opened up a channel and made the soundtrack. It's 17. So the guy who the video I played for you, where he removed the voices, this person commented on this particular video 9 years ago. Here's a link to his video where it has just the music.
Interesting. See, what I did is I Googled the name of the movie and then the score song list, and I'm not really finding much that actually shows the list of songs from the movie.
Yeah.
Rate your music. Okay, here's a rate your music. Okay, now here we go. Here is it. This is the third time I've seen this name under this search. Kelly Lynch.
Okay, so let's type in Kelly Lynch.
That's the third time I've seen her name under this particular Google search for that. Not this movie you're talking about, the one that they were saying it's also in.
That's an actress.
Okay, so that can't be it because this.
Well, I mean, it can be.
Well, I mean, I guess she could be singing the song, but like I said, I've just seen that name 3 times under this, and maybe that's why, because it's.
I wonder if she's in the series. I don't recognize her, but
she must be.
That don't mean anything. Anyone knows the girl name of the song and the partner? Okay, it sounds like Susan. Oh man, Tredeshi. I'm still looking for any updates. No.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's try this.
Okay, this guy's talking about. This comment here, they're talking about the 2 other songs that have been identified. And I found those songs.
Yeah.
And I've downloaded them just because it was some kind of closure. Okay. Rose Red is on streaming Hulu. I am 8 years into trying to find the song. Still haven't found it.
Yeah. So here, now that we get down to the bottom, you're right, Kelly Lynch is an actress because she's right there at the bottom.
Well, all right, so we do have the Lifetime movie, but there was another one.
That it's in as well.
Yeah, that's in, and it's the very first song of the opening scene of this particular movie, and I think it's another Lifetime movie, and it's a much better recording than anything from Rose Red, and I emailed the music director of that.
And still nothing.
So I just think it's a fascinating topic that to this day and age, no one is taking credit for the song. No one is giving us away. I mean, I think any studio who owns that song or did anything with it is just stupid for not releasing it.
Well, see, I wonder if that's part of the allure of the song. Like, if you want to use it, you have to sign this documentation that says you will not release who
I don't think so. And the reason I say that is it's 3 series since the early 2000s.
Yeah, but come on. In the early 2000s was when everybody was starting with the Easter eggs and the things people can't figure out. And if you can figure it out, you're a super genius. And you know what I mean? It was in that time frame, in that era. Yeah. Maybe it was something of that nature.
I can't argue that, but I think at some point they would have outed it just to show people they know.
Well, I would say at this point, if it was one of those things, somebody should probably come forward because it's, a little late now. But
for anyone still looking, Sherry Whit. Oh, I already read that. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So, all right. Now I'm going to go to another one because that's that one. This is the one that guy said he put on here. Rose Red. Did I talk about that one?
I don't know.
But anyways, I just think it's a fascinating topic because, like I said,
maybe you're gonna start getting a stroke here.
At this point, it's one of those things I can't believe someone hasn't. The first song is so haunted, but only the sad part of the song is. And then
so
I've tried to find it too.
Yeah.
Can't Make You Love Me by Bonnie Raitt. What?
Somebody says they found it.
This was 11 days ago.
All right.
So let's see if it's true, because I'm going to bring up I Can't Make You... I know that's not it. I remember this song. And, of course...
You're having a rough time here.
I sure am.
I wonder if it's a different version of that song.
We're going to find out. I Can't Make You Love Me is a much faster tempo song.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's a remake kind of thing.
I wish I could find a video where the guy typed out the lyrics.
Well, you can find that. You can put it up against the lyrics of this song. And find out
No, I knew that. No, he's full of... Whoever said that has no idea what music is. Sorry. Because it's a completely different tempo. It's a completely different voice.
But I'm saying, if it's that song that somebody has remade and it's just part of
the lyrics are different.
Okay, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's why you have to take the lyrics you found somewhere and see if they match up to this.
No. No, sorry, that guy. I think he just typed that to see how many people like me would
Do that?
Yeah. The first song is so haunting, but the only sad part is the song is untraceable. Yes, and this guy just this person was just, I know what it is. I'm a genius, and then of course they couldn't be more wrong. I'm the guy at the end of drinking with warm glass. Do you know the name of the song playing in the background? Yeah, this guy's another bullshitter. He's full of shit. I'm the guy at the end of the bar drinking a warm glass of cranberry juice. Being an extra is fun. He's completely full of shit. It's odd to fathom that Emily as a blonde. Okay, they're talking about the scene.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so we're going to wrap this up, but I just wanted to get that out there, get you guys interested, try to find out the name of this frickin' song. Somebody knows it, somebody wrote it, somebody sang it. So that's that.
Boom.
So, any what do you think? You saw the miniseries.
I did, but
You don't care about the song?
She doesn't look too.
No, she couldn't care
Too
less.
I
worried
don't
about it.
remember it that much.
She's more interested in the dog sleeping on her.
Yeah. I'm not going to play the song on the podcast. You can look it up, but just go
Well,
to
listen, you should play it on the podcast. Then we get a strike for copyright infringement.
then we'll know who
the
it
hell
is.
it was.
Yeah. I can't imagine a Hollywood company coming after me, though. I would never be able to pay any kind of fines.
So there you go. Listen, Hollywood, pretend we played the song.
Yeah,
and
come
give
after
us
us.
some shit.
So we can end this BS. Enough. All right, we're going to switch topics. I
Okay.
got most of you don't know because you don't know me. I am in the mailing list for the Lincoln Theater, which is a small theater in Massillon, and
Yes.
they're doing something this. Is it this weekend? Yes, Sully farts. That's what he does. I can't help it.
It's really irritating.
Well, I can't help it. I can't
Quit
stop playing
scratching.
with this. Anyways, what was I talking about? You just wiped my
So,
brain clean.
just-
You're on a mailing list for the Lincoln
Yeah.
Theater in
yes.
Massillon
And they're going to do something. When is that? Next weekend?
next Saturday, the 24th.
They're going to have a Jimmy Buffett impersonator go up there and do a
Tribute band, I
yeah,
think,
tribute.
more.
That's what I call impersonators. And they're going to do a tribute band, which is cool. I'm not knocking the Lincoln Theater. But if you're a Parrot Head, then excuse you, then they'll have something to do in Massillon next weekend. And the funny thing is, talking about Parrot Heads, is we happen to have in our company the co-founder for the very first Ohio Parrot Head Club.
I don't know if it was the first Ohio, but
Well, Northeast Ohio. I'm sorry.
Yes.
It was the Northeast
Northeast
Ohio
Ohio.
Parrot Head Club,
yes.
which is
kinda
a
funny.
big deal, and it did disband 5 years ago.
Longer than that.
Basically, everyone kind of just went their own way. I think eventually,
Yes.
some
Yeah.
people died. I mean, unfortunately, and then
Yes.
so I wanted to talk about that because I know that your ex-husband did most of the work, but you still had to do some of the work. So what was involved in that? First off, explain what it is.
It's a chapter of what's called Parrot Heads in Paradise, which is a worldwide organization of Jimmy Buffett fans that try to, live his lifestyle, the margaritas, the fun, but he also was big into charity. So there was always a charity portion. We had an Adopt a Highway up on 241. We did local stuff with charities, providing anonymous Christmas gifts to kids, stuff like that. Every chapter, every Parrot Head Club has their own charity that they do work for all year. You get a nonprofit license, so you take in dues and try to have fundraisers, and then all that money goes into your charity stuff. And they have a big worldwide convention. We've been to the Parrot Heads in Paradise in New Orleans, and they do a big thing at Put-in-Bay every year. And
Still?
otherwise, yes, I
Oh.
believe they do. Flocking of the Faithful, it's called.
Flocking of the Faithful.
Yes.
Put-in-Bay. And have you ever gone to that?
No, I have not. I've been to New Orleans once for the national convention. I remember a little bit of that. There's a great place, a great drink called the Hand Grenade.
Yes.
We bought a kit and made them at home that year, and
Nice.
So whose idea was it to start the Parrot Head?
it was his idea.
Okay,
He
and
was a Jimmy Buffett fan before we got married.
And did you know what you were doing, or did you guys fumble through it?
We went to a couple meetings in Columbus, to the Parrot Head Club in Columbus. We went to a couple of their meetings. We got information from Parrot Heads in Paradise, the main club, and you fill out some papers, you do some stuff, and you have your own charter. So we put ads in newspapers, because this was about 30 years ago,
Right.
if not longer. So
Before the internet.
Yeah.
yeah, so we put ads in magazines. We went to, it was Coppers, it's now Cosmos in downtown Massillon. They gave us a room, and we went there, and people showed up. And we'd have meetings. I ran the meetings. I came up with the name. We made a newsletter, sent it out every month, and we had activities every month. Meetings once or twice a month, and we would just do stuff. Oh, and then one of the perks was when Buffett would come to Blossom, you'd get first choice of tickets for having a club.
And, of course, this was all a charter of a bigger
larger
organization.
Yes.
Who actually had ties to the very...
maybe.
Yeah.
But, yep, so it was just fun. Something to do, meet people. The whole object of the thing was to meet people with similar likes.
It's the same thing as like what you would get into in a Facebook group now of local people. I mean, I'm in a lot of those.
But the reason I find it fascinating is the Parrot Head Club is a worldwide organization.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
there's still one, and there's one out of Cleveland called North Coast, because I follow them on Facebook now.
Yeah. Now, what happened to Northeast Ohio Parrot Club? Or Parrot Head Club?
Well, we separated, got divorced, and I didn't feel comfortable going to any meetings, so I didn't. And at that time, there were other presidents. You know, we had a vote in every year, and we still did some stuff. And like you said, people did get older. 4 people I can think of offhand, like original members, passed away. And I think the last time me and you went to an Adopt a Highway, it was down to about 6 or 8 people, and they were all couples. And I think they still get together, but
Just not as the club.
They just, they just kind of.
Is it a lot of work to have a club like that?
Well, it was, because to be affiliated with the national organization, you have to do so many things. You have to do meetings, you have to do charity events, you have to do this, you have to do that. So.
Well, I could tell you too, just because, like I say, me and Chris are in several what we call social groups, which is kind of what you got. But like I said, most of them are ran through Facebook or whatever. But even that, like the get-togethers and the meet and greets and the whatever that you're doing, it's huge. It's so much of a pain in the rear end to get something set up to go do it. Like we did the thing at the Portage Lakes a couple weeks ago. That was through one of those. And we're very good friends with the people that run that group. And they're like, man, it's just insane the amount, So like what they're doing in their group is if you're somebody that is, higher up in the group and participates a lot, they'll let other people, if they approve of it, make their own events. So that way it takes a little bit off of the people that run it. So, I mean, I don't know. If you're in a thing that's like that, like national, it's got to be 10, 15 times worse than what people go through just for the small club of like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Well, and you got to think when we started this, that was 30 years ago.
Right, and back then it was probably
was a lot younger.
Yeah, and it was a lot harder to do that back then because there wasn't the internet. How did you had to mail stuff out?
Yeah.
It wasn't email. It wasn't like you throw it up on the Facebook page and everybody's.
No.
It was
phone calls, and we would mail the
like
newsletters.
Actual work.
Yeah, 100 times harder than it is now, and even now it's a pain in the rear end.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I follow the North Coast one, and that one started right after us because they wanted the name Northeast Ohio because they were Cleveland. But
we had it.
Yeah, we already had it, so they picked North Coast. But they're still together. They do a lot of stuff. They're having somebody proclaim September 1st Jimmy Buffett Day, so everybody's doing activities around there. So we may go to Cleveland sometime and do something.
So, if you're a big Buffett fan and you happen to listen to us next Saturday, I do believe we're going to go.
I do believe I'm
going to check it out.
Yeah, I like the idea. You know, it was with some other tribute bands. I like them, but once you see the original, and there's always just that little bit that's off. But it could be fun. You know, you dress up.
Well, as much as you can.
Well,
I was going to say,
not like we used to.
Yeah.
I used to make a hat every year for the concert.
No,
I was going to say that the problem you have now, it's going to be warm next week, and if you make some crazy costume, you're going to be passing out.
Well, it's going to be indoors.
Talking grass skirts and coconut shell bras.
Well, I'm just saying, like I said, the same thing with the social. They do, themed parties, and there's a lot of times that people are like, okay, we're here. Where do we change? Because we ain't wearing all of this garb in the car. Things like that. I mean, it's the same with that. Like,
no, to go to a Buffett concert, you got flip-flop shorts, tropical shirt, maybe a shark fin on your head, or I used to get a hat and you'd put everything associated with songs. You got a margarita glass, junior mints, juicy fruit, long parrot earrings.
Now, how do you do
French fried potatoes?
How do you do the 6 holes in a freezer?
Well, I will tell you what, the Mansfield chapter had I shot 6 holes in your freezer party in February one year, and it was great. But you could just get a sheet and you could actually shoot it, or no, I've never done that mostly. But that was a good party in Mansfield years and years and years ago.
See, I seem so desperate to get back to that, just to have something to do.
Well, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah,
and that's kind of like the things that we're in. It is a lifestyle. It's a whole, and it's pretty wild. And one of the things that's crazy is I bet you there's 10 or 12 groups that we're in, but 99% of them are all the same people, just ran by somebody else.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of nice, because then, like, it's not like just 2 groups and every weekend they're scrambling to do something. They actually try to work together where we're going to do this on this weekend. Okay, well, then on the next weekend after that, we're going to do this. And it kind of does help a little bit, because, like I say, it's a pain in the butt to put things together. If you got that many different groups that do it, it takes you don't have to do it as much. And then there's some times that they'll collab together and do something like the Portage Lake thing. It was 2 different groups that got together and did that or whatever. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Almost reminds me of when we started doing the Midnight Guild. There was only 3 of us in the beginning, but then we kept recruiting people, and that didn't last very long. But still, it was fun. For those couple of years, we had something to do every weekend with someone. It was a good time. It was just way too short. I finally got my little circle, my little bubble, and it burst way too short, way too quickly.
Yeah, we had the Parrot Head Club. I don't know how. I remember me and you went to their 10th anniversary party in Alliance.
Yeah.
And it disbanded not long after that. So probably 15, 16 years it went.
Do you think there's enough new people? Like, obviously now Buffett's gone, so there's not going to be any new music. How many new people do you think is going to continue to get turned on to his music? Do you think it's going to...
I don't know. You see a lot on Facebook, because I'm in some Parrot Head groups on Facebook, and you see a lot. They're raising their kids to like the music, to live the lifestyle.
I think the lifestyle is more important than the music, because the music is good, but the lifestyle is just where the fun is.
But I don't know how much. I don't know what'll happen to all the Parrot Head clubs. I don't know if they'll still continue to do their charity work, and going to a concert every year was like the climax of the year. To go to the concert. So
here's like just a small, so you can understand, if people don't understand what we're talking about, how these things grow. The one, we won't say the name of the group, but this is a group that was started on February of 2023 that I'm in. It's 300 members already, and that's just people that live in the Akron-Canton area. It's not a thing across the country. It's not something that's just like Ohio. It's literally like a tri-county peoples. It's insane, and these are just. This isn't like that we're following anything. This is just a group of people that are into the same kind of thing. Boom, and like I say, like even with the Parrot Head thing, it has to be way worse, because that's a huge, huge, huge thing. This is just something that people do for fun on the side. Yeah. And it's 300 people in just over a year. So like something like that, you guys had to have what, 5, 6, 7, 800 people?
No, we never had that many here. I'm thinking maybe 20, 30. We had a lot of people on paper,
Yeah.
But we always had a core group of about 15 or 20
Yeah.
that showed
You
up
get that
to
all the
everything.
time.
Yeah,
But
that's
people
kind
would
of
pay their dues and join, and then they would, I want concert tickets.
yeah,
And that was a
it.
problem we had.
Yeah.
But
Well, see, there's no perks to this one, kind of like that.
I think the clubs will still go, and either new kids will grow up liking his music or not.
Well, I would think there's going to be a lot of kids that'll like it because it's fun. It's kind of, I mean, it's catchy. Yeah. I don't think that would be a problem. But
Yeah. What'd you guys do in the winter?
whatever they wanted.
Went to the I shot 6 holes in my freezer party in
Yeah.
Mansfield. We would still have meetings. We would do a big thing like our charity. We always did. It was, I forget, somebody's angels. So we would, shop for Christmas presents, stuff like that. We would have our own Christmas party. And never really did Halloween-y stuff, but we'd still have a meeting once a month, send out a newsletter.
So speaking of Halloween,
Get together.
it is August 17th. Did you know Spirit Halloween is already freaking open and
Yep.
selling stuff? Are you,
You know what?
kidding me?
This is the problem that I have this time of year. I still want to ride, but I love Halloween so much that I would be happy if those places opened in July. Now
And
I'm not ready to buy decorations and put them up yet.
Absolutely.
But I love the idea of Halloween so much that the idea of riding to a Halloween event is just gold to me. So this time of year is my favorite, even though it sucks because summer's going away. Like kids are
Yeah.
starting school next week.
Well, some already started.
Yes, so that's sad and it sucks because I hate winter. But this is my best time of year. You got the Ohio fairs are coming up.
Yep.
Like the Renaissance Fair is going on as we speak.
Yep. Oh, and the other thing that's great about this time of year, it's almost hunting season.
Yeah, well, I don't do that, but I don't.
Well, some of us do.
Right, and that's great. But I'm just saying that. So yeah, seeing all these places like your friend that has the Factory of Terror.
Yeah, he actually doesn't own it anymore, but yeah, he started it.
Yeah.
A guy, yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. So this is my fun time of the year where I don't want to work and I just want to do all these things. The only problem is this is where it gets mayhem for me because you go right into the fair season where you're still wearing shorts, you're still getting some sun if
Right.
Ohio allows it, you're still getting some riding. Then you go right into the it's starting to get brisk, but we can dress up and do Halloween. Then you go straight into kind of getting ready for Thanksgiving or
Yep.
Christmas.
Yep.
Straight into Christmas. Next thing you know, it's middle of January and
When the thing that, and I'll ask you guys this, if you have noticed this or if it's just me, does it seem like summer hangs on a little longer than it used to?
this is my theory. I think the seasons have moved 1 month forward.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah. And I don't think that's global warming. I think that's a normal, natural trend in weather. It is a cycle. That's what the word means. So it's cycling. Does that mean that we'll get winter in July? I don't know. Maybe billions of years, maybe thousands. I
Yeah.
don't know. But I believe that everything has moved. Like April showers is now May showers.
Yes.
And May unpredictable weather is now June.
June.
Unpredictable weather. And that's why September is August.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Like when I was a kid, when it was Halloween time, there was no question that you could wear a costume and not sweat to death and die because it was always cool.
Now it's all raining.
Right, it's rainy, but it's still warm during the day, and you're out there just cooking like a Christmas goose. It's crazy. I just feel like everything's moving forward.
Yes, I do. I have noticed that. And I also hate the fact that they do trick or treat in the middle of the day.
That's just dumb.
I understand the safety thing of it.
Well, yeah, but that kind of kills the fun.
What kills me is people. How do I word this? So they started doing that for safety because bad people hide in bushes and shit. But then shortly after that, parents. Oh, give me a second. Parents kind of took over. Like when we were kids, when we did trick or treat, our parents stayed home and handed out candy.
Right, and we were out running around the neighborhoods.
Right. And I understand that you and I grew up in a small neighborhood, not like Cleveland or Canton. But now, no matter what the age, it could be a 14-year-old, the parents are only a few steps behind them.
Right.
So I have no problem with that. What I'm saying is now that the parents are with their kids the whole time, there's no need to do it during the day. The parents are there. They're adults. Let's do it at dusk.
Right. Well, so now here's my thing with that, and you might not agree with this, but when we were younger and we went out in the evening and night to do those kind of things, we pulled pranks on the neighbors. I mean, there was shenanigans, but nothing that was destructive or get people thrown in jail or anything like that. But that was like the beginning of your like shenanigan phase, like what you would do. Like we would like go down the road to the local farmer's field, and we would get a bunch of hog corn, and we'd shell and we'd throw corn at people's windows and just dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, nothing that's going to hurt anything. Nothing that people need to call the cops over. But what I mean. That was kind of part of growing up.
That's what Halloween started out as, especially in this country.
Exactly.
It was just the pranks. The trick-or-treating actually came about. This is for people who haven't seen my movie. Trick-or-treating came about as a way to get kids to stop doing the pranks and start, anyways. But
being more productive.
To answer your question, you said, well, I don't agree or disagree, but I know that the neighborhood I grew up in was so small. We didn't do that because we would have absolutely got caught. Everyone knew everyone.
Well, see, so was ours, but nobody cared because all the parents knew that all the kids were going to start doing this and that. You know what I mean? But like I said, we never did anything that was like super destructive. I mean, we'd TP each other's houses, but at the same time, the next day when you would wake up, your house would be TP too because your friends got you after you went home, and then they would come help you clean your crap up. You'd help them clean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just how it was back then. But then again, back then, if your neighbor needed help doing something, you went and helped them. Now, people don't even know who the hell our neighbors are.
Yeah, well, we don't. We know 2 of them. 3, maybe.
3.
Yeah.
4, maybe.
All right, well, I'm going to stop this because, remember, we're not supposed to go over it anymore.
Why did that just redline like that? Holy cow.
Because I talked really loud.
Okay, well, stop doing that.
I have to. It's the only way you can hear us on Spotify. Sorry, peeps. All right, well, there's our topics.
Sneezing.
Yeah, so please comment. Just let us know. We're doing good. We're not doing good. You like topics, don't like topics. Just, hi, how are you? Just
check out the video that he put up, and if you can figure out who that is and what that song is.
I didn't put it up. It's been up for
but
years.
You told him how to find the video. Watch it. If you can figure out who it is.
Yes, let's solve this
send us
mystery.
a message.
It's a good song. All right, peeps. Thanks for listening.
Bye.